Okay, so you are starting to get ready to sell print on demand products, or maybe you've already gotten started, you're waiting on those first sales to come in, and now you're trying to figure out what actually is going to happen when somebody places that first order. How does the money work? How are you gonna get paid? When are you gonna get paid? And the number one question that I get asked is, how does it work to get paid with selling print on demand products? And so by the end of this video, I'm hoping that I'm going to have all of your questions answered. If I don't answer a question and you still have one, be sure to leave it in the comments down below, but let's just dive right in. When it comes to getting paid with print on demand, there are really four main moving pieces, and that's what we have outlined here. We have our first chunk, second chunk, third chunk, and fourth, and I'm gonna break them all down. The first thing that we know needs to happen is that we need to see a sale come through. So this is where it all begins. You get that sale, you get your cha-ching, and that is when Etsy is collecting that revenue from your sale, from what you priced your item to be at, any shipping that you might have charged the customer, all of that is collected inside of Etsy. So what that might look like, let's say that you sold a t-shirt, and for that t-shirt, you charged the customer $27.94. Now, that price, that is including your price of the t-shirt itself and also the price that you charge for shipping. What you charge, how you price your products, that is a whole other logistical thing. I'll link a video that I have up above for how to price print on demand products, but this is what you're collecting from the customer. To keep it very simple, just think of this number as the all-in cost for the customer, what they paid. All that's happened so far is we have made a sale and we have sold a t-shirt. Etsy has collected all of this money for what the customer has paid for that t-shirt. What's important to note is that in this first chunk, we have not actually touched any of the money that has come in for that product yet. That is important. We want to remember we have not collected any of this money yet. The money at this point is basically just sitting and existing inside of your Etsy account. It has not touched your bank account yet. This piece is really important to know because what happens next is the item has to be made. The customer is expecting to receive the order by a certain date, and so the item now goes into production and fulfillment, which this is something that happens immediately depending on how you have your order set up, but really you want to have this happen as soon as possible after the customer has placed the order, because the sooner it starts being produced and fulfilled, the sooner it can ship, and of course the sooner your customer is going to receive it. In order to initiate this fulfillment, you have to pay for it. So you have to pay for the cost of the t-shirt that you are selling, and you have to pay to ship the t-shirt. So for this t-shirt, we'll make it one lump sum just to keep it simple, just like we did with the last amount. But we'll say to actually produce and ship this t-shirt, we will say that it has cost $16.05. That is for the cost of the t-shirt plus the cost to ship that t-shirt. To update our chain of events that have happened here, we've made the sale, Etsy is holding $27.94, and we have paid $16.05 just to start making the order and getting it ready to send to the customer. So right now we are technically negative. We have only spent money, but we haven't actually collected any profit to this point. This is the part that surprises most people because there are a lot of cutesy little videos about print on demand that exist on the internet that make it sound like you just are collecting the profit and that there's no money flow or cash flow that's happening in this business model, which just simply isn't true. You are the middleman with a print on demand business model between where you're selling your products, in this case, Etsy. I sell my print on demand products on Etsy, so that's really what I'm most familiar with, and then also paying your print provider. Those two don't really talk to each other in terms of the profit and the paying and the revenue or anything like that. You can't pay your production partner. I use Printify. You couldn't pay Printify through Etsy. You have to pay them separately. So that's the part that I really want to make abundantly clear, because I think that that gets completely glossed over when it comes to how you get paid with print on demand. So right now you have spent $16.05. Your print partner is making and getting ready to ship that product to your customer. And then when they do, that box is going to land right on your customer's doorstep. This is really the beautiful thing about print on demand. You are not handling any of the products that are being fulfilled by you. You are just paying for them and they are being taken care of. So it makes it a bit easier to do high volumes of orders because you're not having to put in physical labor to actually create all of the products. But with that potential high volume of orders, you can imagine that if you sold 5 t-shirts, then you would have to take this amount times 5, and then you have a larger amount of money that you are potentially having to pay forward or pay up front before we get to this last chunk here, which is actually how you get paid and you start to collect your profit. So throughout this entire process so far, Etsy has been holding your $27.94. At this point, they are now ready to give it to you. Depending on your settings and or as well, potentially, your age of your account might determine when you actually get paid. So you are able to set how frequently you want to receive payouts from Etsy. They have a ton of different options. They have daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. You have that flexibility to choose. When I started my first shop, I had it set to daily, and that was helpful because I was able to get those funds a lot more frequently and quickly as I was fronting costs and trying to recoup profit as well so that I could pay for the next orders and make sure that I had some type of system flowing. However, the reason that I mentioned the age of the account is because something that happens in the beginning, and this happened to me as well, is that a lot of accounts get put on what's called a payment reserve, where they are going to hold those funds for a bit longer. And if that's the case, you want to make sure that you're aware of this cash flow payment process so that you know exactly how much you need to potentially be planning for, especially if you are using cash to pay for your orders, you're using just money that's in your bank account. This is where I personally would recommend having a business credit card so that you're able to use that to float what you are fronting in between actually collecting the revenue, collecting your funds from Etsy and then paying off that balance, and what's remaining, that in between, is really ultimately what your profit would be. All of that to the side, when it comes time for you to receive your payout, when you do get that payment, there's one extra little step that happens before this is you and you're collecting your money. First thing is that Etsy needs their money. You are using Etsy, you're using all of their traffic. They have millions and millions of customers that you get to tap into by selling on Etsy, and so they need to take their cut. So on a $27.94 order, they are going to take out their fees. There's processing fees, transaction fees, as well as a relisting fee, which is 20 cents. Every time you sell a listing in your shop, it gets relisted, renewed as well. That's kind of like another way to think about it. That's 20 cents. And so if I add up all of that on an order like this, that is going to be about $3.11. And then after they have taken their cut, you get to take your cut. And in this instance, your cut, your profit is going to be about $8.78. And then you are happy and excited and ready for it to happen again. All of this to say, this is the process. And if you see somewhere online that tells you that there is a way to rig this, if there's a way to basically pay for your production after you've received your revenue, I promise you that that is not the case. They are feeding you a dream, and it does not work that way. As somebody who has sold tens of thousands of print-on-demand products over the last 3.5 years, you have to pay upfront for the product. And so I'm sharing this with you so that there's transparency in how this process works and you know exactly what to expect. Print on demand is an amazing business model because it is a low barrier of entry. It's different in the sense of you're only paying for the product after it's been ordered. So you know you've received a sale, as opposed to a more brick and mortar or even just an online boutique where people are buying large amounts of stock and inventory and having to store all of that and also have to package and ship it themselves. In print on demand, you don't have to do that. And so that is really the appeal. You are paying as you're receiving those orders. That's the on-demand component. But it is something just to be mindful of, because I've seen instances where sellers, they have listings take off, they go viral with a product. And if you were to think about if you had a viral listing today and you woke up overnight to 100 sales, could you pay that cost 100 times or have a way to pay for that cost 100 times and be able to take care of those orders. I don't mean that in a negative way or a way to scare you or anything like that. It's just something to really be mindful of because there's, like I said, there's a lot of information online and it's not always the most clear and transparent about how this process works. As a girl who used to be a single mom, has lived paycheck to paycheck, I wouldn't have been able to start a typical business where you had to front thousands and thousands of dollars. That just realistically would not have been in my deck of cards. I wouldn't have been able to afford that or front that with credit or anything like that before. But print on demand is what made it possible for me to be able to start a business and to have the life that I now have today. I'm hoping that this has cleared up all of your questions about how this process works and how getting paid selling print on demand products works. Paying for your print on demand products is really one big piece of getting started and getting started successfully. But there are other things that you are also going to want to budget for that are going to be helpful in getting your feet off of the ground and make sure that you have everything that you need to not only start but sustain your print on demand business long term. And so if you want to learn more about all of the startup costs and what goes into starting a print on demand business and what you need to budget for, then I want you to watch this video next.